but it's normal. And then 20 seconds later, from behind tackle, another yellow card. Bam! Get him out. And Alex is like, there's never a red card. Get him out. Why? They're always against us. What's going on, man?
About Mati, welcome back to episode number 11 of the Pitch Masters podcast. We have one topic of discussion tonight. It was the game of the weekend, or the worst game, I should say, ever played of football. Spurs versus Liverpool. So much to discuss. The actual game itself, the calls, the refereeing, what it means for football going forward. Let's get into it.
Beauties. What's up? What's up, Benzini? Cheers to the old UK boys.
You always tell me that it's all up in my head. You got me overlooking all of my options. You got me going back and forth with my conscience. All up in my bed. You always seen that.
All right, so there's one person I want to hear from. It is Alex Dapper Collections, the Liverpool scouts himself. Tell me how you felt after that game and during it.
The emotions are so rampant, so high. I'm trying to really put myself back in the mindset. If you saw my story right after the game, I don't know what it is. When I watch Pacers games and when I watch Liverpool games, I get in a different mindset. The emotions run so high. Like, I feel like I just want to be there. I'm sitting in a chair watching it with my pups, and when something crazy happens, I'm standing up and running across the room. When Luis Diaz goes to score, I'm going nuts, picking up my phone, ready to blow up the chat because it was an absolute travesty of a game. The refereeing was so awful. Simon Hooper, whatever his name is, the naked mole rat. I got so triggered watching his face from just the first red card. With Curtis Jones, I put myself in the shoes of just when I see Indiana refs who are complete stooges and morons come over to my face and they feel some sort of egotistical power where they realize that myself, a player or whatever, is upset and they're back talking whatever decision they're making. The face he gave sent me into a different universe of rage and anger. We'll get into every single little detail, but this is the biggest travesty that has happened thus far this season, potentially in the club's history. It was absolute jokes, complete jokes. I can't wait. Liverpool makes a formal request to get the audio. I can't wait to hear what that's like. They better pray to God that there's no tomfoolery going on in that, because it seemed so corrupt, so ridiculous, the entire game, so lopsided, and we were so close. We were one clearance over the bar away from grabbing a point to end it all from the opening monologue. I'm so proud of the boys. It's the world against Liverpool. Klopp is going to have the boys buzzing after this. The locker room is going to be more together than ever. And there is no thing I feel more strong about than the old Liverpool Reds sitting at the top of the table when this season ends.
Yeah, so I think we should segment the discussion between like 5 really important parts of the games. We've got the first red card. We have the Luis Diaz goal, VAR decision. And then obviously Tottenham scored. Then we had the Cody Gakpo goal. We have the Jota red. And then we have the, most famously, Joel Matip goal. So starting off with the first red card, Ben, Steve, you guys both saw it. I've been hearing a lot of different sides of the spectrum here for red or not red with the Curtis Jones. Obviously, it's one of those where there is subjectivity between the potential red. Very clearly cleats in the leg of Basuma pretty high up, but also, Curtis Jones had that intention of going for ball. With that said, what do you guys think? Was it a red or was it not on that first call?
To be honest with you, I really didn't have a problem with it. I don't know if it's because Alex has made me hate Liverpool so much, but obviously, like you said, he was going for the ball. I think his foot went over the ball and into him. So I don't know. I don't really have a problem. I've seen worse red cards. That's what I'm going to say. And I don't know. I didn't have a problem with it. I did more so like the Jota thing at the end. Like that was kind of like the double yellow. But the red on Jones, I guess it could have been like tough. I could see if you're a Liverpool guy, like, that's ridiculous. But I don't think it was egregious, put it that way.
Yeah.
Yeah, they've been giving red cards for that all season, so It's more of a consistency thing. And the eyes of the professionals. Like when you're playing ball and that happens, like that's a normal thing. You go for the ball, you just get over the ball, and then like you follow through into the guy's leg that just happens to be there. If you're playing at the youth level, you might not even get a card for that, to be honest. But since when they slow it down and it's so high up on the ankle and it could have snapped his leg, then yeah, it makes sense why he got a red card.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, when I saw that, I was like, yeah, it's probably a red, but I can see it going for a yellow just because of the intention. But I do want to share it, like, from my perspective first, as just a fan of the game. I was looking forward to a good 11v11 matchup. The first 20 or so minutes were like very exciting. Obviously, Liverpool definitely did have the edge, I think, in the first 25, but the game was kind of going at a pace that really any team on the counter could snap and really kind of dictate, I guess, kind of like the momentum of the game. So once that happened, obviously, it swung in favor of Tottenham. All of a sudden, there's this burden of expectation. I think one of the pundits used those words, sort of this obligation that Tottenham's up a man. They've got to win this game, right? So that also just sucks as a fan. Like in my head, I'm like, okay, these next 60 minutes are going to be brilliant because if we don't put it away, then like we've properly failed and we lost out on an opportunity. But yeah, the main moment of the match, you guys all know, it was the Luis Diaz goal. When I saw that myself, I was like, holy shit, phenomenal goal. I saw that quick snapshot of the image. And I'm like, oh, Cudi Romero kept him on side. I put my face into the pillow on the couch and say, all right, can't believe we're down 1-0. And then out of nowhere, I'm just like, there's no shot, right? And then in my head, I'm like, all flowers and, beautiful scenes and everything. Like, all right, we move on. Let's go. What a world to live in, right? And the game continues. Don't even think twice. Then, obviously, I knew I was going to start getting texts from Dapper. But we have to talk about this decision. There's been a lot of discussion between NBC hosts, pundits, their thoughts and everything, but I want to hear it from you guys. We've got a room of 4 VAR officials. They say that they thought the call on the field was a goal, right? So they think the call on the field is a goal when it happens, right? None of them are properly watching the game. They don't see that Diaz was celebrating and then got sort of demotivated after he saw the flag was up. They don't see that the referee on the sideline had his flag up. They simply thought it was a goal that was scored. So then when they get a message into the VAR booth that says, please confirm the call, they say call confirmed, thinking it was a goal. That's why there was no check. There was no image, no lines. They simply weren't watching the game. 4 of them. We're still waiting to see how this happened. And yeah, simple as that. There's not much else to say from what their excuse is, but I mean, what are your thoughts? This is nuts.
That's incredible, man. How can you not watch and you're getting paid to watch the game, man?
Imagine getting paid to watch soccer games and you can't even do that.
There are 4 of them.
Yeah, they're probably all on TikTok scrolling. Get them out. Yeah. Fire them.
I mean, the way I look at it, as like when this happened, I was like, man, it's almost like you should get rid of it. But it's like you either can't have it at all or you have to be right every single time. Like if they didn't have VAR and they just blew this call, it'd be like, it's really close. Okay, they blew the call. But when you have VAR, it needs to be perfect every single time. Otherwise, it's going to look like this every single time there's a screw up where it's just, it's negligence. And I don't want to hear Alex say the league has it out for Liverpool because they don't. I think the league would probably rather see Liverpool win that game because of the fans and everything and the money. But it was just negligence. It was human error is what it was. I'm not saying it's a good thing. I'm happy it happened. I hope Liverpool loses the league by 2 points. That would be beautiful. But it's human error. That was disastrous. But what are you going to do?
Well, one thing we certainly don't need to worry about is Manchester United finding themselves into the top 6.
We'll see.
Here he goes.
VAR is
it always
100%.
Rent-free in his head.
VAR was 100% against us. VAR was 100% against us. It was absolutely ridiculous. You both are so right. You have one job. You're watching the game. The problem is even if to a T you get that audio, even if it's never released, if the deal is the Liverpool officials only get to listen to it, never sign an NDA, whatever the situation ends up being, guarantee you 7 seconds after that decision was made, and if that to a T was what happened and they saw what ended up going on, stop the game 30 seconds later, a minute later, fix the call. That was so egregious after the red card. And what frustrates me about VAR is it's not always going to be perfect. But the most black and white portion of this game is offsides. Is he or is he not behind or even with the man when the ball is played? You draw the freaking line. You have every camera in the world you could ever want up to the futuristic abilities and whatever camera angles for this game, and you decide, is he onside or is he offsides? Was so clear as day onsides. Like, there are way tighter calls to be had. The leg was stretched. His entire body was on. Like, it was just so plain as day obvious, and they don't go back to fix it. And the other issue that I continue to have, where, yes, obviously I'm completely embellishing on the league being against Liverpool. It's the frustration that I'm feeling. But what I hate is on the Curtis Jones red card, the first thing that the naked mole rat ref sees when he walks up to that screen is a freeze frame of his foot into the ankle of, I forget who even had the ball at the moment. Sean would have to remind me.
Basuma, yeah.
When Basuma had the ball, his ankle just into, or his foot into his ankle, as if that tells the story. He got the ball and then it rolled over. His on-field decision was a yellow. And the thing that will always be the most telling for me is before you even see the reaction of the refs is you watch the players. None of the players were worrying about arguing with the ref for a red. The coaches weren't absolutely going ballistic for a red. The Liverpool players weren't having to pull Curtis Jones away or worried about him getting a red. The play's going on. They're getting Basuma taken care of until all of a sudden play gets going and, here the little VAR goes over there. And the first thing that this dude, who clearly is such an incompetent piece of shit, all right, sees is this freeze frame of the foot into the ankle, which tells a story which is just so ridiculous. So they're already biased in that, where they're just going to slow-mo it. But the first thing he sees is that changes the whole dynamic of the game when they called that offsides. 2 minutes later, you guys are flying back down, snagging a goal, and the energy completely drained from the Liverpool team in that moment. So that was frustrating. But yeah, I mean, up until that moment, it is what it is. You have to move on from it. But yeah, that was just an egregious call. I don't know what you do with VAR. I mean, they already made the change today. I was watching the Fulham Chelsea game, and they have added in verbiage when they make their call or their check. So they say check complete, goal allowed, or whatever, just to put that extra emphasis on it's not just check complete. So that I honest to God think they're covering their asses though. Like, I think there was more of a mistake within the VAR, and they're now just putting it on the on-field refs. But I don't know. I'm just being a little too.
I mean, what's so sad about the situation too is you have two teams where, Liverpool, we call it almost like a Tottenham Curse. Like, haven't been able to beat Liverpool in 5-6 years. They're going 19 games unbeaten in the Premier League. Both teams this season are unbeaten. If Liverpool wins, they go in first place above City after they, threw that game earlier against Wolves. If Tottenham win, they go, outright second or whatever, tied with Arsenal. And it was just such a substantial moment. Whereas if this happened in Luton versus Bournemouth, for instance, like, people would still be mad. It would still get coverage. There'd still be the apology, but nobody would be talking about it still today. We'd say that's horrific. Still got kinks to figure out in the systems. But it was just such a moment of such magnitude and a game of such magnitude that is disappointing that happened. And I say that as a football fan, but as a Tottenham fan, it was just, while it may not have been deserved, we have restored balance. We have restored balance in the world. All right. I think of so many inefficiencies, inconsistencies between the Liverpool and Tottenham matchup, going back to last season when Diego Jota karate kicked Oliver Skipp in the head with his cleat, which was the most blatant red card ever to exist in the history of football. And he went on then to score the winner after staying on the pitch. All right. Moreover, Sadio Mane, once the best player in the world, who Tapper didn't even know played for Southampton, in the Champions League final 3 or 4 years ago, all right, 3-4 years ago in the Champions League final, from about 2 feet away, chipped the ball up back post, Basuma pointing back to his defenders, hits his armpit. Penalty in the UCL final. So these moments where, as a Tottenham fan, I can think of so many moments of the rest being against us, the game being against us, so much bad luck. It was finally nice for the one time to be on the other side of the aisle and experience what it's like to have things go in your favor. While still it wasn't deserved. It was we still got the 3 points, so I'm happy for the team and sort of the perseverance to the end and getting that last win. So those are my thoughts. But VAR still atrocious, and there's really not much else to say other than you just can't trust the technology because there's still people behind it. So is there a point it becomes fully automated? I don't know. We had that in the World Cup. It was pretty effective, but there's still people who are responsible in managing it, and there's always going to be human error. So just a sad moment for it to occur.
It was just shady. Like I hated how from the halftime, when it goes into halftime, that's the NFL, NBA, anything to that magnitude is happening in American sports, I would assume that would be the biggest talking point, because you have ex-players, different stuff at the halftime talk and the halftime show that are going to be talking about what the biggest points were. And they maybe covered it for 10 seconds and just glazed over it in the halftime. We got one replay at the halftime show with Sky Sports, and I was like, what is even happening? So that just completely leads me to believe that the two are in bed. Whoever is running VAR and whoever is a big wig at Sky Sports is making sure that it's like, hey, we're not going to like overly talk about this. We're not going to make this a huge deal, just as if we're just going to skip along, and Twitter, X, whatever you're going to call it, is not going to blast us into oblivion.
Yeah, but why would they? That's just like
because you're a halftime show and it's a big talking point. That's the massive talking point of the weekend.
I don't want to hear about that. You guys should want to win the game.
I think at that point, though, there was still no one knew what was going on with VAR's understanding of thinking it was initially a goal. And at the same time, I think everybody had this expectation that eventually we were going to get a pitch side photo of like the proper horizontal 90-degree line. I think everybody was waiting for something like that. And I think just the entirety, the entire unknowns of the situation probably disincentivized them to talk about it.
When I saw it live, I was like, where's the line?
Yeah. That's what I said to Alex.
I was like, yo, where's the line?
Group chat.
Like, this is a normal, like,
there were no lines. That's what I was telling you.
I know. And then I was like, all right, well, back to sorting.
So right, the next important part of the game, we had, after the Gakpo goal, we saw that. We had the Udogie and Jota situation, and then Jota and Basuma. Or were they both on Udogie? I think
they were both on Udogie.
They were, okay. Both on Udogie. So double yellow card to get the red. Benzini has some emotional thoughts about it. Talk to us, Benzini.
Just like very comical. Like, it's so unintentional at every single level and any single game you would ever watch. He's like just barely taps him, just a little ooh, and he just falls down, trips on himself. Yellow card. It's from behind, happens every time. It's a normal yellow card. I know it's soft, but it's normal. And then 20 seconds later, from behind tackle, another yellow card. Bam! Get him out. And Alex is like, there's never a red card. Get him out. Why? They're always against us. What's going on, man? That's how I feel. Well-deserved red card on the second one. The first one was... The first one was
ticky-tacky. That's the problem.
Not even ticky-tacky, bro. He's in full stride just running. And I think maybe a centimeter of his cleat clips him. And he just
doesn't matter. He still clipped.
He impeded the forward. It was very
but he just came on. You guys want to talk the quality of the game?
That doesn't matter. If the ref starts thinking every time, "Ooh, this guy just stepped on the pitch,"
that is his job. It's his fucking brain. He has to use his brain and manage it.
You can't just sub out on a Domitrier and have him start punching everybody on the pitch. And you say he just came on the pitch.
It was a graze. We just went from a graze to a punch.
No, I know. I'm exaggerating.
I know you're embellishing.
But if you watch that clip back as a Tottenham fan and you see that, it's like, how is that not a call?
It's not saying it's not a call, but it's just, hey, you just came onto the pitch. Give him a talking to, and you keep it moving. It's not an immediate yellow.
There's a difference between the difference between the beginning of the game and when a player comes on the pitch.
No,
the ref of the game in the final third of wherever, boom, yellow card every time.
The final third, he was 10 yards over the half line.
Yeah, he
doesn't matter. Still progressing into the final third.
It was very clearly going to be a Tottenham counterattack, but I mean, I get the gray area with this, right? Then the subjectivity still. All right, I think
after you've given us a red
yellow card every single
you've already fucked us. You've already fucked us in this match.
Blame them for your player almost breaking the other guy's foot. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine.
All right, wait. I want to switch it up a bit from the red card. All right, let's talk about. I want to talk about, again, the expectations of Tottenham after going down, or after Liverpool goes down 9 men. Okay. So at this point, I think in almost everybody's head, it's like if Tottenham, once again, they don't win this game now after having an hour with 10 men and then another 20 minutes or whatever with 9, it's going to be just a tragedy. But at the same time, you are going against a team that has no intention of scoring another goal. They're trying to save a point. You've got Virgil van Dijk 6'5", Joel Matip 6'5", Konate back there, however tall he is, and you've got Robertson, you've got Trent, you bring in Endo, the CDM, and they're locking in sort of this 4-4 unit where their entire goal is to just survive for 25 more minutes, right? And I guess when watching this game, is there that expectation that Tottenham should still be burying one very, very easily? Or, when you have a team just completely motivated to avoiding a goal going in instead of, also focusing on a counterattack and all these other tactics, I guess, what are your thoughts? Should Tottenham have sealed the deal quicker, or did Liverpool just do like an excellent job? Or,
I thought for sure that game was 1-1 draw, like for sure.
Yeah.
And the guys on the broadcast kept saying too, they were like, if Tottenham can't beat Liverpool, 11-9, when will they ever? Like, when will they ever slay the beast? And I was like, dude, that is such a tough position. Like, not when, like you said, that Liverpool has zero intentions. All they get the ball, clear it out. Like, that's it. You know what I mean? Like, zero intentions on scoring whatsoever. That's the hardest time to score. So, great for Tottenham there to score there. It's fantastic. It has a great feeling.
You're such an idiot. It's absolutely ridiculous. If you are down 2 men, there is no shot in the world where you are not expected to win that game. Full expectations.
Expected,
Even if they are
obviously.
with everything in the box, and you almost didn't. It took Matip throwing one into the back of the net in the last 30 seconds. 100%. The team of your quality, because Spurs are freaking legit. I think they are Champions League bound. No question. They're playing a crazy game. You're at home. That place is massive. It is buzzing. And you're talking about Trent, Virgil, and Matip and Anthony Robertson. Great players. Or not Anthony Robertson. Sorry, I was watching him today. Andrew Robertson.
Big Liverpool
huge
fan.
Huge Liverpool fan.
No.
Fucking mental. They should have won that game 3 or 4-1. The reason being is their goals, and I'll end it on this and let you talk. Their goals.
When does that ever happen? This guy watch soccer?
Healing coaches, man.
No,
he never goes down.
Let fish.
Yeah.
All of the goals came from beautiful little moves around, getting to the end line, and just simple crosses, tap-ins. That's how you break a team down. But it became so complex for Spurs, and just probably just the feeling of the game and the pressure to score. That game, no question, should have been theirs. And I mean, y'all are lucky to come out with 3 points, 100%.
No, I agree. And I think a lot of it was you have an experienced team that never faced a situation like that. And also at the same time, you have to realize, like, Liverpool, right when we went down, they went down a guy. I'm like, Liverpool has been in this situation 3 times this season, and they've escaped it 3 times. So in my head, it's like, Klopp is going to figure out a way to keep them in this game. So I really didn't have as much confidence as I probably should have at the time when both Reds happened, just because you look at the Newcastle game. What else was it? Like Sheffield or Bournemouth? I don't even remember the other ones where there were Reds. You guys had like 3 prior to this one. But you guys escaped every single one, right? So I think that in combination, the experience of Liverpool in combination with the inexperience of Tottenham going against, less men, I guess for me, there was still the expectation to win, but it wasn't something that I saw as like a feat that should just be like a piece of cake, essentially.
It was like training, training thing for Liverpool. They probably do that in training all the time. Down a couple of men, 15 minutes left, just defend with your life. But this time they had to do it for 30. Yeah. So it's not anything Liverpool hasn't probably ever experienced before, because they do it in training.
Yeah. When I was watching that, I'm like, there's no way Tottenham's scoring, because the Liverpool was doing everything perfectly for what they would let them pass the ball around the outside, because Tottenham had the ball the entire time, which you would expect, and they were just letting them pass it around the outside, killing time. Every cross in the box would not work. Everything. It was like perfect defending. And the one time it didn't work out, Tottenham bagged the goal. Well, the own goal. Yeah. But still, I mean, that's why, though. You just got to get the ball into the box, because you never know what's going to happen. But before that, Liverpool was defending perfectly. Like, that's exactly what you need to do with 9 men on the field. What? It's tough.
Alex,
I know.
No,
It's,
I know.
it's-
It's just
I
like
just
that
can't wait for
statement
them.
hurts my brain. It's just
Yeah.
9 men on the
Alex
field.
can't
It's
accept
just
defeat.
like,
It's
bro,
okay.
it's
Sore
with 9
loser.
men. We
Get
could
out.
have been up 2-1. If Luis Diaz at the end of the half there gets a toe to that ball and we're
That
up
was a phenomenal
2-1,
ball.
Mhm.
Yeah.
like that's why I'm so confident and arrogant. Is with 9 men on the freaking field, we almost beat a team who is almost surely going to be top 4. I am buzzing and thrilled to think what Klopp has got the mindset like in that locker room. Like those guys have got to feel so good when you
I was
face
thoroughly
moments of
impressed.
adversity.
I was thoroughly impressed with
I
Yeah,
was
and
too.
it's like-
yeah.
Just the way he handled it, honestly, class. Like if I'm picturing myself, bro, I would have been arrested. Like, which is never. It's like not even funny to even like talk about. Like I'm peanuts. I am a speck of sand in a galaxy that is just Jurgen Klopp in a universe of freaking soccer. But like I would have literally not been okay. Like the fact that he has the ability to just continue, it just shows like what type of manager he is. That you can keep your composure, make every single sub that you need, keep the boys, properly set at halftime and make sure that they're still good to go when you face that second red going into halftime when you probably had a whole plan set up. That speaks to the quality of Liverpool and the mindset of Liverpool and why I think they're going to have a ton of success in the league this year.
Yeah.
But,
And that's what I was going to ask Benzini next. I was going into this saying, after that game, I really do think Liverpool are going to rival City for the title now. Not just because City also lost, but I can just see Liverpool, putting away City 11v11 in a match. And
6v11. Let's give it a try.
it's just like, I think Liverpool are very good. And after seeing that game with Tottenham, I am thinking like, we're not as good as we thought we were. Like that was a proper test. I mean, the Arsenal game was good, but the Liverpool game just kind of showed us that we still have a lot of improvement. But Benzini, do you think Liverpool can fight City for the 1 spot now after that performance?
I mean, if Liverpool's going to put on a defensive display like they did there, it's going to be tough for any team to break them down. It's like the Great Wall of China, man. Like, it's like, dude, honestly, like I felt like I was playing a game of FIFA and I was up a man and I couldn't win. Like that's what I felt like I was watching a game of FIFA. I swear. They're just perfectly in unison, moving with the ball, just like literally there's no gaps in between. They're just boom, boom. Dude, I swear it was well done to Klopp, getting the boys all set and ready, to be honest.
I mean,
So, yeah.
I think it's. But don't you also think, on the other hand, if that's City 11-9, I think that game is probably easily in the bag. You know what I mean? It's just
City,
that's the only difference. Like,
What do you mean easily in the bag?
I think if
like,
City is
City
11
City
on 9,
scores 1 goal, like a City probably scores 11-10. That game's probably 2-1 that right away.
Oh, like
It's
if
just-
City were at Spurs spot?
Yes,
Yeah,
exactly.
yeah, it would be
it'd
be a
It's the
thrashing.
attacking
Yeah.
prowess is just different. You know what I mean?
creative
Like, wait,
nuisance.
we're talking about Liverpool again. Remember, their strength of schedule has been piss poor until Tottenham. So let's see them play against some more attacking forward and see how great their
You
defense
said that when they were
holds
going
up.
up against West Ham. Let's just keep talking about it. Just give us it all.
I said West Ham
we'll
would be
save
their first. I said West Ham would be their first
No, just
legitimate.
keep talking about strength and schedule. I love it so much.
Okay, all right,
we win
just
games we're supposed to.
Relax.
Punish
All
us for it.
You're gonna lose the league by 2 points, and I can't wait.
Yeah,
Can't
okay.
wait.
I'm gonna have $100 in my pocket at the end of the season too when Man U doesn't finish on top of them.
I don't even know if I want to win the league this season by 2 points if I had the choice, because it would just go back to like, this game. Everything's gonna go back to this game if it means something at the end of the season with 2 points.
Laugh at them.
If Tottenham find a way to somehow, okay, you could say I'm getting delusional here, but just say we find a way to be like, in like the top 2 in like the last game week. We need to win by 3 for me to have peace of mind, with knowing in the back of my head that this game took place in the way it did. So, those are my final thoughts.
I don't see the league. I don't think it's going to be that close at the end. Even if Liverpool wins it, I don't think it's going to be that close at the end, because I think City would have to like kind of unravel for anybody else to have a chance. You get what I'm saying? So
A little bit of a breakdown, yeah.
Yeah, I think there would have to be.
I mean, they did just lose to Wolves, so they're already starting.
They could unravel. Who knows? You never know.
All right, last segment of the episode here, our promotion and relegation. Something really good that happened to us, very bueno, and something no bueno. We're going to start with our relegations of the week. Steve, what was your relegation this week?
Tough week this week. Tuesday had to leave work early, violently ill. Took some supplements in the morning, maybe violently ill, violently. And then like an idiot. So I take this supplement called chlorella and spirulina, first time in a while. Apparently, I can't take it anymore. It's throwing up profusely. All over the street, it was a bad look. And broad daylight. Then, so on Saturday, I think it's a good idea during the week. I order something called Huel Daily Greens. Chug it in the morning. About 3 hours goes by. Same thing happens to me again. Right before my friends come over to visit, I'm throwing up on the toilet.
Oh my God.
I can't take chlorella and spirulina. I'm intolerant.
Get relegated.
Yeah, get relegated,
Dude,
man.
it was rough. I lost some more weight, though. I look good. Look at the face. I should just keep drinking it.
Yeah. Just make sure you throw up every day.
Exactly.
Steve's going to be like a runway model in like 3 weeks' time.
Oh, yeah. Shout out Huel if you want to throw up.
All right, Dapper Collections.
My relegation of the week. Mama's birthday's today. Got to text her, but we celebrated it yesterday. Got up, was about to go to church, taking care of my dogs. Had 3 games later, so I had to really make sure that everything was in order. So I went to church, got back, everything was going to be good to go. Go to my kitchen to make my dogs their Kongs. It's where you just put food inside them, whatever. And my sink was starting to just fill up with water. Like it was just coming from the drains. And I was like, what is happening? So now I'm already late. I'm trying to plunger it out. It was absolute madness.
Yeah, I can just imagine.
Nothing's happening. Yeah, it was no good. No good. And so eventually I'm to a point where I'm like, all right, I got to get there. Like my mom's going to be depressed if I don't make it to church. So I leave. I put it in a place where I put the bucket under the sink. Like the sink below was completely flooded, like water everywhere. I get back home and I'll post the picture in the middle of this. My sink was completely filled with garbage water and just running over. So I get this big can, finally throw it under there. Mind you, I've got literally 15 minutes to walk my dogs and then get out the door to go coach my 3 games. So I call my building manager. She gives me the number for the emergency help. The emergency help number was missing a number, so I couldn't even call them. She didn't wake up for 2 hours later. It was crazy. Building manager ended up coming with the plumber later. She took care of everything. She's a saint. It was awesome. But yeah. And then to make matters worse, right before we started this episode, a day later, I open up my junk drawer to get a koozie for the old drink, and there's water just all in it. So that was a little thing that I missed there. But
Relegated.
Yeah, get relegated. That was tough.
That's tough, bro. Yo, relegation
Tough
for Benzini. We lost. Man U was 0-1. And then the actual relegation of the weekend was I took my dog outside. She just got surgery on Friday. She's fine. She had to get some teeth pulled because they were rotting, not ideal to the program. And she has to take this medicine that I think constipates her. So I took her outside. She took a small one, small number 2. And then I think 2 minutes later, she's just a monster. She unclugged the cork, man, and just right by the door, just a monster, man. Like bigger than this dog. This dog is 20 pounds. It was insane. I had to go and just it was fresh, so it didn't marinate too long.
Oh my God.
So it's easy to clean up. But yeah, it was a bit of a relegation for Benzini.
What do you think?
Outside than inside in the place.
Yeah, that's right. Alex, you ever think there's going to be a weekend where their actual relegation is United's relegation?
No, never.
We're flirting with it, baby.
All right.
They're lucky that Chelsea and Fulham didn't get a result. That's for sure.
Yeah, just to confirm, she did poop inside. That's what I was saying.
I thought you were saying just outside.
The first one was outside, the cork popper, and then inside. 20 seconds later,
she uncorked another.
Yeah,
she uncorked another.
Not in the mansion.
Yeah.
Oh, in the mansion.
Oh no.
Not in the mansion.
All right. My relegation. So I like to drop off some boxes and packages at the post office right before closing. And I try and get stuff. Yeah, exactly. It's tough, but sometimes you just gotta get the stuff out, right? So obviously, there's a few employees that have taken a disliking for me because they're just trying to get out of there. But I'm just trying to rush there in time, and so I've got 2 post offices I normally hit. One closed at 4:30, the other at 5. And the other day, I left the house at 4:10, 4:15. Started trekking over to to one of the post offices that closed at 4:30. Well, I read the clock wrong, and I really left at like 4:25. Made it all the way over to the one at 4:30, and then I was like, shit, I got to go all the way to the other side of town, but I got to make it by 5 o'clock. And by this point, it was like 4:40, 4:45. I hit like 7 red lights in a row, and got there at like 5:04, and failed to drop off. And I felt like I had wasted just an hour of my life driving around, which I did. But it almost became like a video game to like complete the objective, and I failed to do so. And it was just really disappointing. So that was my relegation.
Yeah,
What not shipping is now 3 days.
Yeah, exactly. Can get a strikeout here because of this. Yeah.
Somehow mine's at 1 day, so I don't know. You're okay.
I could just see someone like completing like a GTA in Connecticut.
Had like four stars. Is that how it goes? I don't play GTA, but there's stars. Like,
Following him.
that's right, dude. It was so annoying. I was so committed to it, and
Yeah, you're committed to the mission.
that's right. Mission failed, and then like the red bar pops up.
You go get relegated.
Yeah, get relegated. Promotions though. All right, Steve.
All right, my promotion. Dan and John's Wings, New York City. I had wanted to go there for a really long time. The guy actually comes into the shop that I work at that owns the place. They're from Buffalo. I've been wanting to try these wings forever. So I finally went there last Friday after work with my girlfriend. Wings were tremendous. Tremendous. Highly recommend. Blue cheese was delicious. Cooked perfectly. I had 20 wings, guys. 20 wings.
Wait,
That's why I'm on
I
the
try-
keto diet, and the wings are the best thing you could eat. What?
And on Saturday, you had that special drink.
Yes.
After you ate 20 wings, and you're blaming it on the drink, man.
I know it's the drink. I'm telling you it's the drink. I'm telling you it's the drink.
It's the undercooked.
That's some detective work, Ben. That's pretty good. Good
Yeah.
catch there.
No. I'm telling you. Anyways, no, but Dan and John's highly recommend. The wings are phenomenal. Cooked perfectly.
Won't make you throw up.
Love it.
Not
Yo,
too
are you a
spicy.
drumstick or a flat?
Great question.
You know what? I was always a flat because I think the flavor is better. But like when you're out and you're not going to get boneless, which I don't really get because it's just not a wing boneless. It's easier to like dunk.
You're a big dunker.
drumstick. Yeah,
Are you an aggressive dunker?
So listen, if the blue cheese is really good, I've been known to dunk like a bone in just to get some more blue cheese.
I think it's just the way like New Yorkers eat. Like, you ever see a New Yorker put like cream cheese on a bagel? They just take the knife and they just plop it on. There's not much spread. I feel like
it's
just
called a
plop.
schmear.
You smear it.
called
It's some
schmear.
schmear. It's right. It's like
We have the best bagels in the country. You smear a little
just
fresh
little
cream
schmear.
cheese on there.
Yeah.
Some lox for my Jewish friends, Benzini, little lox.
Benzini.
Oh,
Oh,
best.
it's going to be a clip right there.
Oh, baby.
Nice. Sounds banging.
Delicious.
Way to get promoted.
Dap.
Yeah, I got 2 promotions of the week. We'll keep them short and sweet. First promotion of the week is ourselves. Pitchmaster Bets episode 1 went live last week. It was a smashing hit, not in terms of views, but the success of the bets. Me and Balake, Blake Khalil, man I've known for well over half my life, went 7-2 on our bets. However, my lock of the week was a dud.
Flop.
But I went 4-1 on my other picks, so you would have been up if you trailed. We're 14-5 in the Discord. My other promotion of the week is all you goons that got so triggered by the EAFC clip. Thank you so much for interacting. It was our best hitting clip. It was so much fun to watch people either get upset or be in support of the clip. I want you all to understand, I love women. I love them being in the game, but sometimes you
Show us
just
the
don't
side
want
of your
to
head, Alex.
Sometimes
Yeah,
you just
show
don't
'em the
want to.
heart.
Yeah, I'm a lover boy. Yeah, I'm a lover boy.
That's for
Look
Dingle.
at that.
Blow Dingle a kiss.
That's
too.
right.
Blood dingle a kiss.
You know what? You know what? Dapper went into his barber. He's like, "Yo, give me that EKG."
Bruh. So yeah, no. So those are my promotions. That was really fun. Like, the boys had a lot. Like, seriously, whether you were actually upset or you just like getting triggered or you really cared about women not being in the game, the boys were having a good laugh that day in the chat from all the interaction. So
Yeah.
appreciate anyone that interacted with that.
A Benzini.
Promotion. Yeah.
He lost it.
Don't know. Yeah, I lost it. It's in the air, and
Did
I
you
can't.
go out on a
It
date?
was
What
a
we
tough
do?
week.
Anything?
Tough
Yeah.
week. Tough week for Benzini.
It's October. That's a promotion.
His
Yeah.
promotion is he's been
Halloween
looking
is around
forward
the
to me
corner.
coming down to Florida. He's been looking
spooky
forward to it.
season is upon us.
I
That's
love
right.
spooky season so much, baby.
I can't stand Halloween.
You don't like Halloween. You don't like getting all the sweets, man. Don't eat too many. You'll throw up.
Does it look like I need sweets? Jesus Christmas. I do not need any sweets.
Yo, promotion actually though, I found these ice cream sandwiches at the in the freezer aisle. Unbelievable. They were buy one get one. I had to indulge in the deal.
What brand? Is this Publix store brand?
It's called Tilmarock. Yeah, I don't know. They had this chocolate mudslide, and they had a normal like vanilla one. It's like the outside is like a waffle cone, but underneath is like a layer of chocolate, and then you get into the ice cream, and then when you bite in, you get all three at once. Unbelievable flavors.
What are those called?
Now
Those
that's
are
a
fire.
promotion.
That's a
That's
promotion.
that's probably the best promotion we've had. That was excellent.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a good one.
Tilmarock ice cream sandos.
Tag
But if
him,
you really-
Alex, tag him.
If you really want to have the best ice cream sando of your life, you got to go to Trader Joe's. If anybody knows about Trader Joe's,
Yes, the mini
You gotta
chocolate
be
chip cookie
getting-
ones.
you got to be getting the chocolate chip cookie sandos, dude. Unbelievable. It's like chewy but crunchy.
Yes,
Yeah.
I'm a
Yep.
sucker for chocolate chip cookies, and if you throw some ice cream in between those, oh my god, I could easily crush an entire box though, easily.
Also, they also have the mini ice cream cones. You can eat like 5 of them in one bite.
I've partaken in those as well.
Yo, we should do a pitch masters eating competition.
Why?
There would be no
You
competition.
wanna be
There
like-
would be no competition.
Grow up. You want to join?
I want to box Soraya. That's what I want.
We
You
should all
wanna
just get
after the game.
We should all just get a platter of 30 wings in front of us, and we'll do a little countdown. Whoever eats them the quickest wins a little something. I just could use the extra money. We'll do like $100. I'm telling you, you guys would be shocked.
Yeah.
I can
Yeah,
eat an
pay off
obscene
like
amount
that
of
for
wings.
Manchester
Really?
United.
Yeah, there better not be a single piece of meat on there, bro.
No, I
Dude.
clean those wings. You
Yeah,
kidding
you
me?
better be cleaning up, man.
Did you ever go down to the Coney Island hot dog eating competition? 4th of July?
Yeah, I could see Steve shoveling some glizzies down
Just
the throat.
swallow
No,
them
listen,
whole.
I want to start a hot dog eating competition that's like, but you have to eat it with the roll. Like, I'm not into like
The water
shooting
dipping.
hot dogs down my neck and the water dipping and all that shit.
Yeah.
Like, how many hot dogs can you eat like a normal human being? Like, because if that was the case, I would probably rate because I can.
Yeah,
take
how many
out
What's your
glizzies?
number? What's your number in 10 minutes, Steve?
Yeah, what's your number,
realistic?
Steve?
What's your
in
number?
10 minutes.
Yeah, that's the
I'm
that's the
telling
time.
you right now. I'm not kidding, dude. 25. I'm not kidding.
Wait,
I'm not
There's
kidding.
no way.
25. I'm
There's no-
serious.
Steve.
I'm serious, dude. I can eat. I used to be 330 pounds, dude. I can eat food. I might have a heart attack and die afterwards, but I can put down some hot dogs.
What about
yeah,
you?
can we get a
Tell
graphic of like 25 hot dogs in Steve's mouth at once?
Yeah, I'm
Wow.
telling you. I can definitely. Hot dogs and wings are like two things that I can just.
The
Yeah,
thumbnail
what is
is
it?
just going to be a bunch of hot dogs.
Yeah,
It's not even
just
gonna be any
glizzies
of us.
everywhere. Dude, that's
But, like,
one in 20 seconds. That's like, yeah, 15 to 20
'Cause
seconds. No, 20
I
to
could do a hot
25.
dog.
That's
Hot dog
crazy.
in 2 bites. If I needed to, hot dog in 2 bites. I'm
Dude,
like
you can
typically
do a
a
hot dog in
four-biter.
2 bites without gagging?
Wow.
Well, I haven't tried it. Like typically, I'm a 4-biter. Typically, I'm a 4. Dude,
You're a 4-biter?
4-biter on a hot dog.
God.
4-biter.
You're
1,
4
2, 3.
Guy can take 6 inches at a time. It's all good.
Yeah, exactly. Come on. One size hot dog, Nathan's Franks. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
Watch out. We're gonna put one together. A normal human being hot dog eating contest. Pro Sense Steve will take it down.
Add it to the list of next things at the National. We got the charity
Yes.
match, the
Hot
boxing
dog
match,
eating
and now we get the hot
contest.
dog
Yep.
eating
That would be
contest.
electric too. With these slobs, I'm sorry, we're gonna have to cut that out. But with these slobs that are slinging cards, I'm sure I could find some competition.
Get yoga in there.
Yeah, you don't have to
Really
look far.
competition.
Yeah. That would
Yeah,
be a doozy.
To be fair, though, watching Jeremy eat that like taco thing at the
Jeremy
National.
would be a
Jeremy
contender.
would be a
Jeremy would be a
competition,
contender.
bro.
Yeah, he would be.
Yo, he's gonna
Jeremy can
leave-
put down some food.
He's gonna leave some sour cream on his stash or whatever mustard condiment, and he's gonna really have the game face on.
Now that I'm thinking about it, when we ate those sloppy joes, they were cut into 3 pieces, right? I was working on my second piece, and he goes, "Wow, I devoured that thing." And like he had like 2 bites left, and I go, "What? They cut yours in half?" And he goes, "No, I had 3 pieces."
Holy shit.
Yo, did you ask him if he tasted it?
He probably did. He ate it so quickly,
Just a
like
vacuum.
hanging off
Just
his
a
beard
vacuum.
and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll cut all that out.
All
All right.
Sean, we need your promo.
Oh yeah. All right. So my promotion of the week is I have gone into full positivity mode. I think Arsenal draw with City next week. I think Tottenham beat Luton. I think we are going to be on the top of the Premier League in a week, and that mindset is my promotion. It's kind of a lame promotion,
nice.
but I'm just like buzzing. So I know it's kind of lame.
I wish I could say the same about United.
Yeah, we talked about it the entire episode, but that's just it. It's just the weekend. Even though it went the way, it's just we're finally in a position where we start off the league well, and then typically in years past we just concede to the big six teams when we face them. But this year we got through 2 tough games and good schedule ahead, and I'm just buzzing. So that's my promo. All right, that concludes episode number 10 of the Pitchmasters. Benzini, Adep, or Pro Senza Steve. Thank you very much for joining me today and the rest of the Pitchmasters in episode 10 and watching us talk our nonsense about the Liverpool versus Tottenham game and listen to our promos and relegations. We will be back next week with episode number 11. And keep an eye on the FPL. We didn't talk much about that this week, but there is going to be a winner out there for the month of September. So congrats. I think it was Ethan. Congratulations, Ethan. We'll do another recap of where we all stand a week from now, and take it easy and peace.
You never walk alone.